As coders, I think we all want more money and we all want more freedom. We don't want to be chained to our desk 24/7. We want to work with clients that we care about. We want to be free to travel and spend time with our families. And coders in particular want to have more impact. They want to work on projects that matter, that really make people's lives better. And they want to be able to turn down the kind of projects that make their skin crawl. But all of us are facing a little bit of a problem, and that's each other. What I mean is all the competition that's out there for coders. Anyone who's ever been on Elance or Odesk and has seen the bidding wars that go on there have seen just how bad it gets. You felt the frustration of watching a job that you really wanted being given to somebody who was willing to bid a ridiculously low price for it. And you know that that developer probably isn't going to deliver on that project, at least not at that rate. And even if they do, they're not going to do it with the quality and care that you would have if you had been able to get that project. But the thing coders really have to start to understand is what it's like for the client. When a client is sitting looking at the project and everybody that's bidding on them, it's very difficult for them to tell the difference between all of the different coders that are bidding. To them, they all look pretty much the same. And if you don't have some way of standing out and of grabbing a client's attention, then the client is always going to go with the lowest bid. And that's simply because it's the lowest risk for them. It's the lowest amount of money that they have to risk in order to put their trust and put their faith in someone who they don't really know. And so if you want to be able to charge the kind of rates that you really think you deserve, you have to find ways to separate yourself and build that trust in advance so people will be willing to invest that kind of money in you. And there's really 3 specific ways that I've found that you can separate yourself and build that kind of trust in advance. The first method is what I call a category of one. And the simple idea here is you want your clients to not only see you as a good option or even the best option, you want them to see you as really the only option for what it is that they want. Now you do this by being very specific what client market you target and the kind of message you deliver to that market. So a good example is what I do for all of my client projects. All of my client projects are wishlist powered membership sites. And there's tens of thousands of website owners out there who are building membership sites using wishlist members. So the market's plenty big, but it's also very, very targeted and very, very specific. And so in that particular category, for a lot of those site owners, I am the only option, or I'm the so far and above the best option that there's really no one else that they want to build their sites. Now that's not to say that there aren't others in that market, there certainly are, but for a lot of those customers, if they could pick the person that they would love most to build their membership site, I'm typically that person. And there's some very specific reasons why for that. First off, I'm the lead instructor for my company's Wishlist Members Certified Developers program. So that means that a lot of the other people out there that are specifically meant to be building membership sites using Wishlist Member were trained by me. On top of that, I've also built membership sites for some of the biggest names in internet marketing like Lewis Howes, Ray Edwards, Michael Hyatt, and of course even our own membership site, Wishlist Insider. So when people see those sites, which are very popular, and they see that I'm the one that's built them, then again it helps reinforce the idea that I'm really the only option when it comes to having someone build their Wishlist member powered membership site. Not to mention I'm sort of the public face for a lot of the content that we put forth, from our tutorial videos to our API documentation to our API training videos and so on. So when a customer thinks of a developer that they would most like to build their membership site with Wishlist Member, I'm far and away the absolute best option, to the point that it feels to them like I'm really the only option. And that's because I've specifically targeted everything I do to those people, and I've created a message that's specifically for those people, and it really eliminates any and all of the other competition that's out there. Now, of course, that's just my market and my example, but there's plenty of people doing this all around the web and in business and so on and so forth. So that's the kind of position that you want. You want your potential clients to see you as really the only option when it comes to building whatever it is that they want to build. Now, there's a simple way that you can do that. There's a simple way that you can attract those kind of people and target your message to them, and I'm going to cover that in a minute. But first, let's go into step 2 of what it is that you want to do to set yourself apart. And that is what I call being a guru to the gurus. So think about it this way. Who would you rather do business with? A regular coder, or the teacher or the master, the person training all of those coders? Well, of course, most people are going to want to hire the master. Again, a good example I like to always point to my own experience, and that is being the lead instructor for the Wishlist Member Certified Developers program that I mentioned earlier. When people see that, they see that all of the other Wishlist member developers that are out there, I'm the one who trained them. So I'm, in essence, a guru to the gurus. And then, of course, it goes beyond that, because I also have a bunch of YouTube videos, blog posts, and coding training all over the web. So when a potential client stumbles across that content, maybe they're building their own site and they're looking for a problem that they need solved or some feature they want to add, and they come across one of my videos or one of my tutorials or one of my code snippets, and they see that and they use it, and they see all of the other comments that are on there from other coders saying thank you, asking questions, it naturally positions me as the teacher and as the master and not the student. And so again, when they decide at some point that they want to hire someone to build their membership site, then obviously the first place they're going to go is the person that they see as the guru to the gurus, as the master, instead of going to all of the people that would, in that context, to be the students. And again, there's a very easy way that you can position yourself in your market as the guru to the gurus, as the master. And we'll get to that in just a second. But third, I want to talk about the third method that you can use to set yourself apart. And that is giving your clients results in advance. Now, this isn't necessarily my idea, it's not necessarily a new idea, but it's one that I found works really well when you're trying to get potential clients to hire you and to set yourself apart in a very crowded market. And so again, one of the ways to do that is to give your clients, your potential clients, results in advance. And so the basic idea here is that trust is more important than anything else that you could do in business with your clients. Getting people's trust and then keeping it is the hardest and yet most important thing that you can do. And so one of the ways that you can do that is just to help people in advance. So again, I referenced the YouTube videos, the blog posts, code snippets, and so on. And again, a lot of people who are building membership sites or websites in general are doing it on their own, or at least doing some of that on their own. And so when they're searching for information on certain topics, they may come across my videos, and then they may watch one of those videos, and they may actually solve their problem or build the new thing that they were trying to build, and they get that result in advance of ever hiring me. So then later on, when they think of something that they want to add that they know is over their head, or they get tired of doing it and they want someone to do it for them, then naturally, when you couple the fact that they've already got some results from me, and there's some trust there that I know what I'm talking about, and you couple that with the other things that we've talked about, again, it becomes just automatic and natural that I would be the first person that they would contact. And in fact, I know from my own experience that the majority of the clients that I get, that's how they come to me. They don't come from some ad and come in and they don't know anything about me. It's somebody who has either seen me before in tutorial videos, API documentation, they've seen one of my YouTube videos, they've seen a blog post, they've seen me somewhere else, and they've got some sort of benefit from me beforehand, and it establishes just enough trust. Now, again, it's not this deep trust where they trust everything that I say, but it's enough to set me apart from everybody else that may be bidding on their project or want to be a part of their project. In fact, enough so that a lot of times most of the clients I get, I don't ever bid on Elance or Odesk projects. Most of the time, if I ever use those sites, it's because someone has come to me and I'm the only person they're going to, and they've just asked me to use that system. I haven't bid on an Elance project in forever, essentially. So most of my clients are clients that come to me. I'm the only person they're asking, and in a lot of cases they almost beg me to take on their project. And so that's the kind of positioning that you want to have. That's how you set yourself apart in your market. And as I mentioned, there's a really simple way that you can do all three of these things. In fact, the way that you do all three of these things is the same. And the way that you do it is through content. Now, you've probably heard the phrase content is king, and it's 100% true. In fact, not only is content king, but content can make you the king of your market if you do it right. Because content allows you to position yourself appropriately. You can completely change the way you're positioning yourself just by the kind of content you create. You can target that content very specifically to your most ideal clients, and then you can let them see you as the guru to other gurus, because you're the one that's teaching everybody else, and you can give them results in advance through your content, so it can build just enough trust where they're not even going to go to the bidding sites. They're going to come to you first, and it's only if you turn them down that they're then going to take their project to one of those bidding sites. So content is the most important thing that you can be doing right now to set yourself apart from all of the other coders, to give yourself that advantage and set yourself apart so that you don't have to go into Elance and do all of the bidding wars. You don't have to mess with all of that. And also, you can charge the kind of rates that you want to charge. You can work with the clients that you want to work with. You can literally just sit back and pick and choose the projects you want to work on, and you can set the terms of how you work on those projects. So creating content and attracting those clients is what gives you control, as opposed to you being at the mercy of the client and of these Elance site or these freelance sites and these bidding wars and so on and so forth. So again, if you want control, if you want the freedom, if you want the money, if you want the impact, if you want all of those things that we as coders are after, the most important thing that you need to start doing right now is creating content. However, there is one small hiccup or roadblock in all that. And that is, what good is all that content you're going to create if nobody's going to see it? And that's really kind of the crux of the problem. Is yes, you can go out and create all this awesome content, but if you don't have a platform that allows you to break through and reach the people you need to reach, then that content can be almost worthless. In today's very noisy world, you need a way to get your message heard, to cut through the noise, and to, again, reach the people that you need to reach and get your content seen and heard so that you can get your message out to the people that you need to get it out to, and attract them to you. And so building a platform that you can distribute your content on is one of the most important things that any coder can be doing right now. And of course, the two go hand in hand. Creating content and building a platform, they go hand in hand. You're obviously going to use your content to build your platform, but there are some very key things that you want to do and pay attention to when creating that content and building that platform that allow you to have a lot more success, have a lot more reach, get a lot more clients a lot faster. Now, I'm not going to claim to be the master of this kind of thing, because I'm not. I've actually been the student in a lot of ways when it comes to building my platform. And so there's really two ways that you can handle building your platform and getting your content out to people. You can do it the way I did initially, which is to think, oh, I need to do this all myself. I need to figure it all out on my own. And you know, literally struggle for years with, you know, on my blog having less than 100 visitors, you know, a day, and just really struggling, not getting any clients, and just having a lot of trouble, even though I was putting out content, and it's content that now that people see it was great content, but I still struggled to just get the reach and get the people to see it. And so you can do that, and maybe you never get it figured out. Maybe it's something that you struggle with for years and years and years, and it's still a problem all those years later. So you can do it that way, or you can do the way that I eventually did that's allowed me to get to the point that I'm at now, and that is to learn from a master and to actually start getting results immediately and quickly build your platform so that your content can be seen by the people that you need to see it, so you can break through the noise and reach the people that you need to reach and get your message to those people and attract them to you and make them a part of your tribe, so that when the time comes when they need an expert, you are the only option that they'll think of. Now, if you want to do it that way, if you want to go with plan B and that sounds intriguing to you, then I want to introduce you to my master, the person that helped me build my platform and build my reach and get my message out there, and attract the kind of clients that I now enjoy working with. And what's really interesting about this is that not only is this guy phenomenal when it comes to teaching people how to build a platform, but it's also a real good case study on how you use what he teaches and what I'm telling you about how you need to build your platform and get your content out there to leverage it, to create advantages that allow you to create leverage and get the income and the freedom and so on and so forth. Because this particular gentleman, he runs a site called Platform University, where he teaches people how to build their platforms in a very in-depth manner. And I've actually built that membership site. It's a wishlist member powered membership site, and I built that for him, and I used everything I just talked about and everything that he's going to teach you to build a platform to get to the point where I was the one that they approached to build the membership site. And I was so much the person that they wanted to build it that I was able to leverage it into an actual part ownership stake in the project. And that project alone, very little effort on my part, has made me over $20,000 last year, and it's on course to do even better this year. And so it's just a real good example of how you can build the kind of leverage, the kind of brand, the kind of message and platform that allows you to connect with the right people and then use what you've built to leverage those situations into real advantages for you. So again, I want to introduce you to this gentleman. I want to encourage you to check out his information. His name is Michael Hyatt. He's a New York Times bestselling author. He has hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers. He gets through almost 400,000 visitors a month to his website. I mean, the guy is phenomenal. He knows how to build a platform. He knows how to reach people. He knows how to help you break through the noise. And so what I want to encourage you to do, he's recently released a new video presentation where he actually walks you through his platform and shows you how he was able to double his own business last year. And of course, Platform University was a big part of that. But he's going to actually take you inside it and show you what he did and show you how he did it, and help you to understand how you can build your platform and you can do the same thing. So next to this video, you're going to see a link where you can go to get access to this free video presentation and see exactly what he did to double his business with his platform last year. And you can start learning from the master. You can start learning how to use your content to build a platform, and then use that platform to attract the kind of clients to you that are gonna help you set yourself apart, help you get you the freedom and the income and the control that you're after with your own career and your own business, so that you're not stuck in those Elance bidding wars. You know, you're not under the thumb of just whatever project you can get your hands on. You can actually start to build something of value that's real, that's long-term, that's what you want, and gives you the kind of life that you're after. So again, next to this video, somewhere here, there will be that information, that link. Go ahead and click that link, check out his video, and then come back here and let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know any questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer them. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later.